Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 15 of the Folktails Pressure map with the experimental 1.0 branch. And this, today, is going to be the final for this one, I think. We've, well, conquered the map, to be fair, so there's not much I think we want to do. This was never going to be a full playthrough where we take it right to the end with getting the old big monuments in, but last time we laid down quite a bit from a power point of view. Pumpings needs to be built, I suppose. A tonneau storage, which covers pretty much everything under the sun, which they'll take a million years to build. There's a mine down here, which isn't technically in use yet, but it could be. Still short a few beavers, I think. But fixing the housing, getting this mostly built, I think, is probably the goal for today. And hopefully, maybe lay in a couple of better monuments somewhere, just to give them a bit of a boost. To that, though, I'm just going to boot those guys out and also put in a bigger house. Just so that I can put in a bigger monument, which we can afford. So we will wang that in there. With that, they should get the benefits from being down here. Now, again, this is on a long list of stuff, so priorities need to be addressed. What do we like for stuff? 25 is not bad, to be fair. We could get the trees, maples, could fix some of that. We did make space for them down here, which they should have about ripped out. This one lonely pine. But we will put in the other trees, which helps if I actually pick the trees. Yes, these were the maples. Good. Squeeze these in. I would like this to be gone, which... super high priority, please. Just rip it out. I don't want to come back down here again. And thank you. Alright, so that covers everything down here. We're going to have that built for the maple syrup. Pine resin's going to be doing its thing for pretty much ever. Continue to tidy up bits and pieces down here. We ripped out all the industry from down here last time. There is not too much left, to be fair. Took them a wee while to actually rip it all out. Because I want to kick them all out of this area, to be fair. So this way is where we're going to be living. Living that good life. So don't really think there's a need to put these up much higher. We don't really have the logs for it anyway, so we will probably not do that. Let's just tidy those logs up, because we can be put straight back into somewhere else. And there isn't too long left before they evaporate into the ether, so we may as well get on with it. Some there too. Thank you very much. And here. As the logs are better off in our storage than disappearing completely. So builder beavers can get on with that. Not particularly interesting for them to do, but they can stick them straight back into these. Power-wise, we did have all this on the docket for them to build. Whether they get to that or not, I doubt, but they can if they want to. From a power point of view, we are certainly raking it in, so nothing too painful. We could turn all these back on, but we don't necessarily have the beavers for it. We've got 2 spares, so everything's running, really. Paper, yes, we could put someone in paper. Do we have enough builders? Is it just these 4, and then who's over here? don't think there's space for anyone else. There is not. Okay, fine. Looks like... I wonder if that needs haulers then to take that out of there. Not sure. Obviously this was added a bit later, so I guess they don't get picked up if they can't put it anywhere. Not sure on that one. These were food. Underneath was this stuff. Was this raw stuff? I think it's probably raw stuff actually. Don't think then. They were going to pay, weren't they? Logs, planks, metal blocks, scrap treated. Alright, fine. We can get haulers to come and empty these then. And I guess that will mean they get emptied? Maybe? Question mark? Don't know. It's kind of a new one on me, that one. But we'll see. Anywho, scrap's still okay, so we don't need to worry too much about that. I don't think there is need to get anyone over here, but we do have no currently spare beavers, so that's okay. We could do with getting them to come down here and rip all this out, though. Let's just chuck these guys in. We can rip all that out. Now this guy can reach here, so we may as well sneak those in for whoever's gonna put those in. Oh, that was cut in. Never mind. Never mind. I cannot read. Yeah, so that's ripped them out of there. I thought it might do. That's fine. As long as we still have some in here. Which we do. Can these be emptied? Is there no cocktail crackle? Oh, there is there. Fine. I suspect that everything's going that way anyway, so we'll leave them to it. They'll sort it eventually. I think I'm going to get that done first. Because then we can retire this guy. And these three. It's not quite the same. We've got 6 coming out, this will pull out 5, but for the amount of water we have incoming, I don't think that'd be a problem. Maybe we could say goodbye to those. And get the stuff picked up. And would help if there was a path connected to it as well. So fix that problem there, and then that is a high priority job. Getting to there, I don't think that'll impact productivity too much, so we'll just kind of leave that be. I'm gonna bump that up as well because the extra benefits of them having fun and numbers here should mean that they work a little bit harder, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. In theory, anyway. Does mean we are putting some burden on this, but I don't think it's ever going to be a problem where it's can't deal with this one pumper and this, and dealing with keeping this afloat. Well, at least I'd hope not anyway. But we'll find out. Alright. It's got materials going in, which is good to see. We got any quick wins other than that thing going in? Shrubs, lanterns, scarecrow, weirdly. They can't build that. I probably shouldn't have built that there, but never mind. It's not too late. We will get them back, so everything will be fine. May have to do a bit of power shaft bingo up here just to get this where it needs to go, which we have done. Just to even this out slightly, we will add that. Pick these up, pick those up, and those, and do this. At least we didn't lose any of the planks, so yes, it was a bit weird and wonderful. Probably should have thought about it a little bit better, but no drama here. I could do with these being picked up though and out of the way before something goes untoward, but put a shrub on the end. We could probably move some of these about. Again, trying to min-max the numbers, it'd be fine. This should have big benefit anyway, so not too concerned. So the carrots are going into there. Let's empty that out. Not sure I can even get to anything that's underneath here. Where is grilled potatoes or carrots? Alright, let's empty those. We have big storage now, so they can go elsewhere. That's a bed that's paused anyway, so that's not a problem. That's also paused. It's dynamite. Alright. I think that's all the main food getting dragged over into the big warehouses. Nice. That'll do. Very nice. Let's just have a look. What do we get at 30? Is anyone actually on just 30? There's a drought approaching, no biggie. I think we've kind of mastered the drought problem at this point. So 32 and they get extra. Alright, cool. So a lot of them are heading that way anyway, so happy days. All those have been picked up. Hopefully they're laying those into here. That's berries, so we can empty that if needs be. Not entirely sure I like the mechanic where you've got to pick stuff up. Although there is quite a bit for them to do. They probably would do it if it didn't force them. With 1,000 other build jobs. Okay, so that's still outstanding. Those trees haven't grown up yet, so it's nothing to worry about. This... It doesn't need to be built. mean, it could be. To be fair, it's just a bit of standby, I guess. Don't think we can put those anywhere else, to be honest, but... yeah, kind of not the best place. Bread's down here, I think, actually. Yeah. Empty the bread. Don't need that. Goodbye to the bread. Goodbye to these taters. And those. And hopefully, haulers will get round to that at some point, so bread can be gone. There is done, so empty that. With all this out of the way, we should be able to get a decent setup for some more housing down this end. Gonna need to relocate these bakeries and grills, though. Grilled chestnuts. I don't think we actually have any. Or do we? Don't actually think we do. No, we don't. But it's there if they want it. If we ever get round to it, that's okay. Not sure which is next on the build list. I think it might be these two. Oh no, it's down here. Never mind. Right, they're getting through that. Ripping through it. Happy days. Could probably say that there's... okay, there's 4. Don't know if we need to add another. Seem to be holding steady, so we'll kind of leave that as is. Okay, and that's... where's gears when they're at home? Oh, they're there. Okay, fine. Goodbye to this. Okay, 7-day drought. Again, no biggie. We will lose power, but hopefully this should keep up. Water is not the greatest, but I think we'll be okay for now. Keep an eye on that in case it drops. And this should stay green because this and the dams should keep it dry. Sorry, wet. I meant wet. So that this doesn't die off, so they should be able to still use the showers. He's empty. Yes, goodbye. Cool. I think there is something for sunflower seeds in here. I will stop clicking around at some point with that annoying sound. I am sorry. Struggling to remember what I've actually built down here. I cannot see the signs. Is there no place for sunflower seeds? It seems not. Well, we might have to fix that then. That's paper. Get rid of you. That's wheat. Get rid of you. Just empty all of this. They'll stick it where they can get it, I guess. think we have. Let's just see. Somewhere in here is sunflower seeds. I can't see it. Sunflower seeds? Yes, sunflower seeds. So where are they? They're down here. Yes. No. Oh yeah. So there is. So where is big storage? That's a large warehouse. So where are you? Oh. I am in fact just blind. Alright, empty that. Goodbye. That to be done first, thank you. So we can empty some of this. Get to that. Get rid of that so we can see what's actually happening. Guess the holders are still mega busy. As a supply, haulers can deal with that. These are empty. Wheat can go away. Whereas these grills probably need to be moved elsewhere. Get rid. And generally just tidy this up. So it's all kind of chucked in as quickly as possible, so... Needs must, I guess. I've got 10 sunflower seeds. Someone will probably eat those before they actually get picked up, so no worries there. Let's get that on there. They should be able to reach that. Bit naff, I know, but it'll work for what we need it to work for. Can we squeeze lanterns in somewhere? Probably. I guess if we just put them over the entrances of where they're going to be. Or say where they are in some cases. We should be able to just chuck these in. Yes. That should give them quite a big boost. In theory. So with this emptied, that should be able to be emptied now. Yes. And then books, which we don't really have any of. So let's fix all of this. Get everything picked up. I guess they'll concentrate on this next, which is fine. Actually, probably that. That can be supply. That just needs to be emptied. Okay, so the new grill / food production area is just going to be back here. So let's just lay these in. So one of each. drills, we'll just add here. How many is there? I don't think we're growing chestnuts. That's maples, for sure. This guy can't reach anything. This is not full. Okay. I believe it's these guys that gets the chestnuts. Yes, it is. Awesome. So, just copy and paste this a couple of times. They shouldn't be marked for cutting, which they are not. They are not marked for cutting, which is kind of a bit of a fail. Let's fix that. I believe that's everything. Well, there's your problem. Half the trees aren't marked for cutting, which isn't going to be an ideal situation. We do need to unmark that for cutting, though, so get rid. None of that should be that. Yeah, okay, that's that done. This farm can reach all that. Why not use the available space? Pure potatoes, so why not say pure potatoes everywhere? I think that's everything they can get. Yeah. So that increases that just a tiny little bit, so that's ideal. Again, get rid of anything that's no longer required down here. Water is not keeping up, which is okay. We'll get them to build that. Don't really have the beavers for it, but never mind. High priority workplace. So we get 5 in an hour. It's not too bad. We do need some more beavers, so they'll get around to that eventually. In the meantime and between time, we're going to have to upset this guy, this guy, and this guy. Get those laid in. Probably bump that up because I don't know what they'll be on with next. Is it this? No, but that's in, so that's nice. Yeah, from a construction point of view, I don't think there's anything else. That'll get wet before it becomes a problem. Full beans. Looks like they're putting in the lamps. Good to see. And looks like they're starting working on those, which is great to see also. So let's just lay the path in before it complains, because it will. That can go now. Once these exist, we can then rip this guy out. Very good, very good. Not too far away from that either. Not too far at all, so we may also just commit to the original ending monument, and we'll ignore this guy exists. We'll go old school. Bread guy, you can go away. Hopefully that gets cleared out, which it has. Cattail Crackers guy, you can also clear yourself out. Take that last cracker. Thank you. And just pause this guy, because Potatoes one will exist when someone comes and hits it with a hammer. So, retire you. Okay. Let's just tidy this up a tiny bit. Yeah. Right, okay. That's sorted. Now, we do need to put some of the fun stuff back in that they were using before. Where is rooftop terrace? I think the best thing we can do for that is just chuck those in there. And we'll just connect it up. A bit of a dodgy, weavy path that comes this way. Straight in. Okay, right. We are in good position at this point. Let's just tie up here. Pick those up for me, please. Do need to fix that as well. Don't need to worry too much about this. We do need one more of these, so we may as well lay it in and it can be sat there ready and waiting to take our call. Chestnuts. Okay, so how many houses do we have over here that we need to disappear? 4. 3. Well, we could pause one. Alright, cool beans. I think we have just a slot for them, actually. So we'll put those in. We will connect all this up with these nice long stands. Connect all that together. But so we don't get too excited, I am going to pause these and make them homeless. They will not like it. That is for sure. However, do not want a massive population boost. I think 2 will cover us. 3 will cover us. We do need to do the fun with the roofs and whatnot up here. We can fix that. Adding some decoration on top. And I think these... Yep, they're fine. So... Fountain of Joy is coming. Bulletin poles. They could do with existing somewhere. Where do we capture every single beaver in and out? And it's basically here, so... Bring me the pole of bulletins. Somewhere, is there? Yes, please. Alrighty, so... think that will do us. Don't have any chestnuts at the minute, so we can get rid of you. Nice. I think these are going to take 1,000 years to grow up, which they are. Don't need anyone in there right now. Get rid of those. Tidy that up. Have a nice path, spiral staircase going all the way down. So if we need to turn that back on, we can do, but we're not really running out, so I don't think it's a problem. Pick me those up. You've got nothing else to do. Thank you very much. And if they're picking up stuff without me telling them to, they clearly don't have anything else to do, so great position to be in. I think we can just put some Gigantor tanks down this end, just for everything else. You could be 4 extracts. Shouldn't take them too long, and then everything is moved. That's now empty, so we can get rid of that. These can all go away. I mean, they've even got that built, so let's get that emptied. Set to be gone. And short of this being the only evidence we were ever over here. Cool, so all those houses are now in. We can say goodbye to all of this. Yes. And that. Does this need to be over here? Probably not. Are these guys full? No, nowhere near. They still haven't got to it yet. That's fine. They'll get to it. This area then is pretty much purely just industrial stuff. And a few bits and bats. This guy can go away too, so get everything ripped out of that. In fact, that could be a supply. Could it be a supply? Yes, I think so. We can get everything picked up. We can just fix some of the other weirdness we've got with the storage around this area. Shouldn't be too bad. And I think we're golden. How are they doing for wet fur? Not the greatest, so let's fix that then with some more showers. Get rid of that. Don't need it. In fact, I can't be bothered to wait for you. Get rid of it. Move it there. Delete those. Just to make it look a little bit nicer. Sort of, kinda, ish. Don't really want to plant any more trees down here, so let's just say goodbye to all of that. But I do want them to plant some berries. We don't really need it for stuff, but if we need the extract, we've obviously got it down here for these dandelions, which, I mean, yeah, we have some of. They should be. They don't have a big storage, actually. Not entirely sure we need a big storage for them, but we've done it for everything else, I guess, so... Why not? Big dandelions, thank you very much. To be honest, we could use this area to plant some dandelions. Maybe. Don't need you, that's for sure. Right, we'll leave them to it. Leave them to it. So they've got the paths all laid in for that, which is fine. I guess we could do a bit of decorating at this point. Why not? Not that they can build it all, but I think we can get these laid in somewhat nicely. Can't really reach them though, that's the problem. Actually, build those at the front because they can be reached. And they will cover all the houses, so they will get housing roofing benefit. We just need to figure out... Don't actually think I need to worry too much about rotating those because they'll turn with the wind. I don't know, something like that. And I think we now have that, so let's get them in. Yes, please. So I'll do this decoration that they can, which is a-okay. I'll add a little extra for the beavers. And then they'll chuck this thing in, which will, well, cover all of that. If that tank's built, that must mean this needs to be emptied, but it is not. Please go and empty it. Right, empty that. To be honest, there isn't any grindstones over here, is there? Can we sneak one in? Yes, we can. At least one there. No other real place to put them. %. Thank you very much for your time. You can go away. 31%. Thank you very much. Please be gone. So they'll get ripped out. They're coming in nicely now. We're on the maple train, which is good to see. How's the chestnuts doing? They are a million years away. Never mind. Cool. Dandelions are in, so they've all been harvested. That's a-okay. too concerned with that, to be honest. Let's max that out. Yes, means we've got a ton of spare beavers, but it does mean we have cleared this area, which is good to see. So, rip me these, back to storage, all of that. We do have maple, happy days. So that means we can... This guy should, in theory, be able to get us what we need. Now... Probably asking a lot of the haulers again. If they can keep them topped up, we should be a-okay. Where's my other roof? Ah, we haven't built that one yet. Fair enough. That's my bad. This thing, though, is about to be done. This will add great spectacle to the swimming area. Oh, when it's finished, come tomorrow, please. Anytime you like. Please hit this with the hammer. Thank you, Segawa. Beautiful. There it is. Let's just get that in as well. I would like to get the mine somewhat operational, which is going to basically cripple all of the beavers. So we keep it fairly steady. I'm hoping it's not going to be too much of an issue. These guys don't need to exist. Still not sure I like having to tidy up after myself. I guess these guys are just done with that, so happy days. Alright, so I think we are in a perfect place at this point. So we've pretty much tidied up everything. Nothing else to rip out. Stuff to build, obviously. Any quick wins? I mean, they've got plenty of time. They should be able to see these. Why, mud pit? We're not into that, though, because that would mean that we need to get the excavator. So we could build it, but we then have to power the thing. Where would we even stick it? Because if we dig too deep, if we go too deep into the mines, we'll find balrogs and pipes, and I do not want to deal with having a pipe problem. But we do have this area which might be okay. Yeah, sure. So there's no danger of that going all the way down. There is, however, a danger of getting into the thing, but we kind of have a path for that, so that's not too much of an issue. And it's a bit fancy, but we could just do that. Hell of a distance for them to travel, but I think we'll be okay. Let's just quickly make sure this is okay. It was last time. Nothing's changed. No bug fixes, bug patches. Nope, we're good. Alright. Perfecto. Where were we? Come this way. So we probably should bump these up, because otherwise it's useless. I guess they probably do that. At least those three are connected at that point. They're on the grid. Oh, they will be if I also do these and these. That should just be a couple of logs. And whatever else is to go into this, which... not much. I think we have everything for that anyway, so yeah. The old Fountain of Joy has caused us some detriment to our stuff, but I think we'll be fine. In fact, before we go too crazy for that, I forgot that we had this over here, so we may as well empty this. Maybe knock the working day down, give them a bit more time to do some more fun. Cool, they should now be in on the system, which they are. Cool. Alright. Did we... we didn't put any dirt down here, did we? No. I would like to put a new one in just for the dirt. And I think... how high are these? Oh, they're only one. Alright, fair enough. In that case then. Everybody's favourites. With that, they should be able to knock that out really quickly then. We just chuck one in there for dirt and then we'll just say ship it. Probably with a miniature storage over here. Supply and dirt. Haulers? Yeah, probably. Yeah, down quite a few jobs to be fair, but I think we'll be in the end okay. We are out of bad water though, which doesn't really impact us at all, if I'm honest. But we could turn this guy on. Old Chud Haggis here will hook us up with all the bad water. So we'll fill up this, and then we'll fill up this tank, and then we'll turn it back off, because again, it's got a big chance of injuring our beavers, which we do not want. Five days left on that. That's now empty, so get rid. That extra time off has given them quite a boost, so we're at 51, which is good to see. Pick me those up. I'd probably say don't plant that. Move the farm up here a bit. And that guy goes... oh. He would be able to go there, but if this guy goes here... staircase down there, hopefully they should be able to reach everything just a little bit nicer. Don't need any of this. Don't need any of... Yeah, we might do actually, because they can't actually get round to you. Not entirely sure when we cut all of that off, actually. I mean, the zip lines are doing all the legwork there, to be honest, so not too concerned. Let's rip all this noise out, get rid. Our initial, very first constructions on this one, these have been here since the beginning. And they were here to the end, which is good to see, I suppose. I think we should be able to squeeze in at this point. Little storage here. You can be 4. The roots. You can be 4. The raw spadadoc. And these can both be set to supply. And this guy can just get emptied. And with this extra space, we can in fact plant some more trees. Because why not? And this guy can work on that in the morning. No worries. I'd like that to be harvested. I bet they won't. Come here with a... Let's go. It's good that you can't reach anything. Soon. Soon. This one, please. Let's go. So close. Thank you. Right, cool. Stairs can go in here. Do me this honor of getting this built sooner rather than later. And this guy can cover everything, so I'm quite happy with that. Aha. Aha, aha. Well, 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 well. Boy, is my face red. No. Wrong one. Yes. I believe that will work. Getting into here, though, is going to be interesting, because we're going to need to get that demolished before we can make any benefit from that. Let's see what that does to the graph, and see if these tendrils pull back. They should do. I don't know if this will work. There's a lot of trees that we should get marked for cutting, so I guess we can force it by saying don't cut down anything else except these. It'd probably be useful if you were actually marked for cutting in the first place. There's a sneaky tree. Sneaky tree. Right. So they're on their way. We don't need any staff in there just yet. They should be able to reach all of this. I think as this is the Folktails, it only stops contamination, which is exactly what we want it to do. Should allow the good water to work when it's flowing through here. At least that's the theory. That's coming along nicely. Scrap is looking better. They can reach that. If they can't or refuse to cut this, then I may just get the builders to go and rip them out. In fact, I'm just going to. They probably can't reach them. It doesn't say they can't. That one does. Of course. Of course. Of course. Thanks. Cool. Cheers. Fine. We'll do it with long division. This is a waste of resources, but never mind. Rip down what you can. That'll go blue. The problem will go away. I hope these will get finished first, though. So I would like to see what it pulls back. It's pulled back a fair bit, actually, so it's not like it's going to be totally disastrous. I think just once these are filled in, we should be fine. The builders will get to that. They'll get to that eventually. Are these now too far? No, they're fine. I think they're pulling back anyway because of good water being mixed in, so kind of didn't really see what the difference it made, but never mind. Before you do something stupid, I saw them. I saw them. Right, leave them to it. You don't have to watch them do that. I just need to wait for the water to fill this back up. Shouldn't take too long. Enough juice coming out of them gravity batteries anyway. You need power, which in hindsight was obvious. Isn't a particularly easy way for that to occur with that sat there, is there? So, no. Alright, my bad. Yes, I guess this way. They won't be able to build that, but they will be able to build the stuff on top. But it does mean we can put the dirt storage back in. It's a little bit further away, but let's just turn it round. Supply, and the dirt, and the path, and the stuff. and the things. Gonna need to break that egg first. Then we can always put it back in a second or two. I guess we could make that a little bit more efficient by doing that. Maybe it's more efficient, maybe it isn't. I'm not sure. And the power can finally go back into there. These guys sat here doing absolutely nothing with themselves. They're probably really happy with that. Do me the honour of getting that done. Thanks for dropping the log off. Could have just hit it with a hammer, but never mind. And boom. Right, we have that, so we can get the final-ish sorts of... Ah, yes, they've done this too. So just demolish me these. And in theory, that will fit nicely underneath there, which it does. And this can be for dirt. I do not like the fact that they went up here. Thank you for going somewhere else. Yes. And I will take those 20 planks back. Thank you very much. Alright, so I think we are about at the hour. Have they done this? They have. You're going to complain that you don't have the reach. Tell me you don't have the reach now. Alright. They don't. I knew that. I knew that. I did know that. Please come and do this. Thank you. Today, please. Thank you. And then we will wrap this episode up, I think. And this series, in fact. But I think there are the old beavers are in a very good situation at this point. They've survived the pressure. We have survived. Well, we didn't actually, but we won't talk about that. We don't talk about what happened. That was a different universe in the multi-beaver, multi-dimensional, multi-universe thing. Let them get on with that. Now we'll lay in the mud pits, and that will be the last bit of good stuff we have for them. So, bring me the mud pits. Yes. Chuck those in. A little bit of dirt storage. Actually, it's just there, so never mind. We won't do that. But that won't take them too long to get in, and then the beavers can rest finally. So, how far are you? You done this hit yet? No. I can get to everything though, so that's fine. Please rip these out. Didn't know you could still destroy them like that, to be honest. Can they do that? Do they take the resources out when they destroy them? Didn't think they did. So where's the two logs? Or did it get cut? Oh, it probably got cut, didn't it? Fair enough. Yeah, just get rid. Just get rid. So, let's do a final wrap-up of this playthrough. Obviously, as I said before, we're not playing it all the way through to the end. to get the monument in, because the risk here was the pressure parts, which let me rewind slightly of going way back when of where we started. So obviously we started in this little pit, and it all looked fine up until this exploded, these exploded down here, this exploded. Well, this was the first one to go, actually. This wasn't too bad. It added a nice amount of power that we had down here. Added a bit of contamination, but some, barriers. It was fine. And then the ooze starts to come out of here, and the red goo comes out of here and everywhere else, causing utter devastation everywhere. But we prevailed by, well, blocking where appropriate and also using the power of the sluices to save our bacon, literally, figuratively. So this, as you've seen in other playthroughs, this closes at certain percentages and whatnot and blocks it all. There was a hope that they would come down here, but let's hide up all this and this, but we never did it. In the end, we kept the thing and just used this, which, has done the job for us. Same up here, so the original water source was this. Forcing it this way has managed so we could create this giant reservoir. Once this was done, it's kind of plain sailing for droughts at that point. There's no big issues from that. Flooding was a problem, but I think that's just me not really getting how the mechanics of it works, to be honest, but never mind. Let's empty that. We did have to do a quick, short, sharp migration, and again, in a different universe, all the beavers died, but in the other universe that we're in currently, they came and hid over here, and this just sort of is a protected area where this seep saved our bacon a lot. Without this thing, we would have died. Especially when we was messing around with this, and there was still chances of bad water coming up and all sorts. It saved our hides and this farm here, basically. So with that, we've sort of regrown the colony. There's only 107 beavers, which, yeah, okay, for a playthrough that's 44 cycles long is quite poor, especially not at high well-being. But again, this map is evil. If you haven't played it, please do. It's fun in a very stressful, fun kind of way. But we leave these beavers with pretty much a nice colony for them, which is where this playthrough I think was going to end naturally anyway. If you really do want to see it go all the way, do let me know down in the comments. I can come back to it. We can put the big monuments in, see how far we can push it. But we've got most of the good stuff done, so don't think there's too much of a concern with it. Let's get the haulers to do that. There is a mine, should we run out of scrap elsewhere, so we can put them into there. I mean, we are injuring 1 million beavers to do it, so kind of is what it is on that one. There is some contamination issues down here, which we will resolve now. And in fact, they're probably going to say that they can't reach this, but let me lay them in and see what they will and will not build. Oh, they can do all that, can they? Alright, fine. Has that fixed it for us? Seems to. Alright, well, we'll lay the rest in then. I think that tree will have to come out. Just rip it out. High priority, thank you very much. But I don't know if this will have to come out as... In fact, let's just do it. It's the end of the playthrough. We're never going to find out. As I say, unless someone insists on watching this right through to the end, we can resurrect it. But I do want to move on to the next playthrough, which I will just mention shortly. So, once that's ripped out. So, the next one's going to be the Ember Pelts, because I've seen that mod played by others, and I do like it, so we're going to see what that one has for us. And I've never played it. I know it's somewhat similar. It's still beavers, obviously. But they have a few different mechanics, which are quite cool, and I want to see. I know there's a lot of trees and juices and whatnot, so it's going to be a case of seeing how they go. Let me just build a small hospital for these guys. Because they don't have one. And everything that's big and important is killing them, so we will help them out with some more beds. So yes, so Ember Pelts, that'll be next. That'll be the playthrough that we're doing. What day is it today? I record this on the 20th for tomorrow, which will be the 21st. So Friday, I'm hoping, if everything works. I don't know if we can do it on the 1.0, and I can't remember if the map that I've found has all of the 1.0 experimental goodness in it. I can't remember. I will double check, but we'll find out when we get there on Friday together. But other than that, this playthrough is done. I will get them to bump up the priority on this just a teeny bit, just so we can get 8 beavers back into the workforce. And I guess for the hell of it, I'll just unpause that and watch the beavers explode, which might be a bit of an issue come the next one if we play this one again. But other than that, thank you very much for watching this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with me through the stress and actual mild panic that comes from this map. And if you have anything else to say, want to resurrect it, let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. I always give those a read. I like to see what you guys think. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.